Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here. It's Sunday the 5th of February and thanks again for watching. As always, this site's kept free of charge by the adverts that you see around the site, so if you see one that you like, click on it, go through to the advertiser. It shows the advertiser that you're interested in the site and it generates revenue for us too, and it keeps this side of the site all free of charge. Now, I told you in the musings that I was going to take a look at February. We'll look at the long ranges through February. That's exactly what we're going to do during the course of this video. North Atlantic Oscillation forecast, first of all, from the GFS, taking us through to the 21st of February, and you can see how things have changed subtly on this forecast from the GFS. Look, it was negative all yesterday, but it's briefly trying to bring us into positive territory now, around the 15th or the 16th of the month, and this is increasingly looking believable to me. I think this is how things are going to be shaping up. The Arctic Oscillation as well goes from being strongly negative, as it has been over the last few days, to actually going to neutral levels, and that shows that there's a tendency for the cold air that's draining off the pole at the moment to not quite get as far off the pole as it has been, and certainly you can see the runs are spread out here, indicating a change around the middle of the month. Now, those of you who've been watching for some time will know that I've been saying that I thought that things would change around the 10th of February, gradually becoming warmer during that period, or milder at least. Less cold is probably the best way to describe it. And then from about the 15th or 16th onwards, we've returned to a milder westerly flow. So I'll back that up in just a moment with a little bit of evidence, but this is the GFS raw anomalies. So this is the anomaly chart for the next week as far as temperatures are concerned, and you see that we kept in cold conditions. We'll go milder for the next couple of days across northern and western parts of the country, but the cold weather comes back in from Europe, takes a second hit as it comes in from the east. As far as the second week is concerned, well, the GFS again keeps us cold across much of England, particularly towards the east, but to western areas starts to bring things a little bit milder, but across Europe you can see things are staying cold. This is the second week up to the 21st of February. Okay, so let's just look at what the long ranges are doing. This is the forecast from the Japanese Met Agency. The British Isles, although you can't see it particularly well on this chart, is under here. There's Scandinavia. You can just make out the coast of Norway running up there. This is the forecast for week 1, and I have to flip this image around because otherwise you're looking upside down and it's very difficult to see. But this is showing us still this ridge, look, across the British Isles, extending into the northern parts of Russia. This is the area of high pressure, this blocked area of high pressure that's dominating things, and a cold pool across the Mediterranean, which is pulling in the easterly flow across the country. So for the next week, they're keeping us cold, but with that easterly still in position. Now, as far as week 2 goes, the Japanese are weakening the ridge off, although still maintaining it across the north. Still high pressure there, but they weaken the ridge off, look, although keep the cold pool in the med. So this is the period from 9 to 15 days hence, and it was issued on the 2nd of February. So this is going to run from the 11th through to, where will it be? From the 11th through to the 17th of February. And it's starting to warm things up a little bit, coming in line with the forecast that I've been telling you about. And then during the 3rd and 4th week of the forecast, so this has taken us up from the 19th of February, or sorry, from the 18th of February, right the way through until the beginning part of March. And look, they're bringing back the westerlies. These are 500 flows, by the way. They're bringing back the westerly winds and bringing us into more of an unsettled condition. So this is certainly backing up my ideas of where we go in this forecast. Let's just compare that with the CFS. Now, you are going to have to flick your head around for this one. This is the week 1 from the CFS. There's the British Isles underneath. Look, this is the anomaly of the 500 millibar flow again. And you see how we're way above normal, agreeing with the Japanese in week 1, look, right the way across to northern parts of Scandinavia, into northern parts of Russia. Low pressure there in the Mediterranean. The result is a cold easterly flow through the British Isles. Week 2 then, much the same look on the CFS, although starting to pull back that high a little bit, taking it a little bit further northwards and bringing that low pressure a little bit further north towards British Isles, but still a strong easterly flow through the country, so remaining cold during the period overall from the 12th until the 18th. I wouldn't expect to see anything different. As I say, it's about the 15th that I think that things are going to be changing. I might have to extend that date a little bit, but I still am happy with this idea of the 15th. Okay, so what happens, let me just make that image a little bit bigger for you. There we go. This is then the CFS forecast for week 3 and we're under here. Look, notice what's happened. This high, this block has broken down. The low, the trough, is more off towards the east of Spain. Now what this would result in is the winds actually gradually coming around from an east to a southeasterly to more of a potentially coming from the south and or south or southeast, and bringing in milder conditions during this period, the 19th to the 25th. So it's on the cards that the forecast I've been giving you may well turn out to be near enough. And let's just, sorry about the sizes on these forecasts, I'm trying to get them to be a reasonable size for you to see. Week 4 of the CFS, from the 26th of February to the 3rd of March, well, look what happens. The high builds back in the Atlantic. We've got low pressure across the British Isles, and I think what will happen here is that, yeah, we may well get a cool northwesterly, but we're certainly not in the cold easterlies, and certainly conditions are nearer or just below normal for the time of year by the time we end the month. What does that mean in terms of the actual temperature predictions from the CFS? Well, here we go. Look, excuse the weather wolf there barking away in the background. Let me just show you. Let's bring up the week 1 forecasts here, and here we go. Look, here we are with Ireland and Scotland above normal or near to normal during this coming week. I think that's overdone a little bit, but England and Wales and southern and eastern Scotland look generally below normal, and really cold look across Western Europe, and cold too across much of the rest of Europe. Week 2, temperature anomalies showing us staying below normal. I think that's probably entirely right, from the 12th to the 18th, but not quite as cold as we were. And then if we take a look at the week 3 and week 4 positions, let's get that set up for you so that it looks nice for you. Here we go. There we are. Week 3, look, notice what's happened. Notice that, let's get zoomed in a little bit more, 19th to 25th, notice that temperatures are, yeah, still below normal, but they're starting to come up, and then by the end of the month, we're back to nearer normal conditions. I think this is exactly the way that we're going to play this one out. I think that we are going to see it cold returning during this week, a real depth of cold potentially by the end of this week once again. Wouldn't rule out more snow at some point as this breaks down. Stays cold into next week too, but we're going to start to see a gradual rise in temperature from the 10th to the 15th, I think. Still below normal, still cold, but this gradual rise. And then from the 15th or 16th, or I may need to extend that a little bit to the 18th or 19th, then we're going to see temperatures coming up. And that will take us through to the end of the month when we get into more unsettled conditions with temperatures coming nearer normal. Now, if you're one of my private subscribers, then you'll be getting the forecast in this sort of detail for March, April and also May as well. And we'll take a look at what summer may hold. And I put more detail into those forecasts, of course, as you know. If you're interested in becoming a private subscriber, do let me know and I'll let you know the details. Okay, so thanks for watching. Keep the sun shining. I hope that's been really useful for you, and I hope that's given you some sort of background into where we look like going at the moment with the long range forecast. As always, don't forget to click on the adverts around the screen. That's what keeps this service free of charge, and thanks again for watching.